Kambosos is with Lou DiBella, and Lou DiBella also promotes Ryan's next opponent, this kid from Africa.
Right.
Trained, I think trained and promoted by Lou DiBella. So maybe they did work something out with Golden Boy, where let's do this first and then work on a big fight. I'm pretty sure that's probably what the direction they're looking at. Because look, Lou DiBella is my friend, and I'm gonna put him on the spot. Lou DiBella is my friend, and I'm not gonna say what he told me, but he called me thinking I was Robert Diaz. And Robert, how you been? Oh, I've been good. Oh, so why don't we do this? We could do that. He gave me a lot of fucking story. He spilled the beans. I'm not gonna say exactly what he told me, but yeah, he told me something like that. So they are doing something together.
At what point did you tell him, hey?
I listened to everything, bro. Then a few days later, I didn't tell him I wasn't Robert Diaz.
So you're like, all right.
No, I didn't tell him. Then a few days later, he called me with somebody else on the line. I know if I think about it, I remember it was somebody else, somebody big, and they're like, "Hey, Robert, this and that." I'm like, this is happening again. Lou, why are you trying to call? You're not Robert Diaz? No, I'm Robert Garcia. Oh shit, we're trying to call Robert Diaz. Well, you already called me a week ago, and you told me the whole. You told me everything. You told me everything.
Shout out to DiBella.
Yeah, I love Lou DiBella. He's my friend.
Let me give you a call.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it was funny conversation. But hey, it's big things. I think, honestly, me personally, I think it's huge for Kambosos to get a Ryan Garcia fight, because he'll get a lot of money. It'll be huge, but I think Ryan Garcia beats him.
Why do you say that?
George Kambosos is going around calling Devin Haney a manipulator, when the real manipulator, if you pay attention closely, is George Kambosos, because he's doing nothing but confusing the situation. He makes it seem like Devin Haney doesn't want to commute over there to Australia, and that's confusing the boxing fans, because Devin Haney has came out in the open and said, "I'll travel to Jupiter." He said it on several occasions on camera, and he said it on Twitter, and he said it to you. So why does George Kambosos keep presenting a problem with going to Australia when Devin Haney said it was no problem? This is the only thing you don't hear about. But with Garcia, you figure out what the real factor is. And the real factor is, at the end of the day, is money. That's really what it is. It's not about Devin Haney traveling. See, we hear all about the travel, but we really don't hear Kambosos speak about the money, when the money is really what he's about, what this whole thing is about. He's not looking to fight the biggest and the best challenges. He's looking to cash out on them belts. And if that's what you're doing, just go ahead and say that's what you're doing. The only thing anybody can accuse you of is being a check chaser. But we got check chasers in boxing. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? We got check chasers in boxing. So it's only so much we can say about you, but you keep pretending like you're this guy who wants to fight the best and put on the best shows and take on the biggest challenges. Because everybody talking about Kambosos will fight anybody. Well, if you was really about taking on the best challenges, and let me ask everybody this, would Ryan Garcia be somebody that you would put on the table? Ryan Garcia is not a challenge. Okay? He's one of the most unaccomplished out of all the lightweights. So why pick Ryan Garcia? Because you're only thinking about numbers and what he can bring from his fan base, because Ryan Garcia is just a face. He's not the full package, and he's not a challenge. So it shows that your level of concern has nothing to do with Devin Haney going to Australia, because he said he'll already do it. Your main concern is getting paid the most. And you don't care about taking on the best challenges, because if you was talking about taking on the best challenges, Ryan Garcia would not be on the fucking table, because he is not a challenge. So that just goes to show you, when it comes to manipulation, the true culprit is George Kambosos. Now, if you don't care about being a questionable undisputed so-called champion, like I said before, go ahead and do what you're doing, cash your checks, get the fuck on, and, you know, go ride a kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want to do. But don't pretend like you want the biggest and the best challenges when you're sending Devin Haney around the block, then closing and locking the door, while secretly talking to Ryan Garcia, while getting in front of these cameras talking about you want to fight the best. Okay? And you talking about fighting Ryan Garcia, somebody who just got done ducking Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Pulling out of fights, faking injuries. That's fighting the best to you. That's the best challenges to you. That's being the best. No, your real concern is moolah. So you need to say that. So when it comes to Devin Haney, you need to stop pretending like the real problem is him going to Australia. Just say, I want the biggest and the fattest check for these fucking belts. That would be real. Because the truth of the matter is, you're not about a challenge, because if you was about a challenge, you would do something that neither the man that you beat, Teofimo Lopez, and neither that the man that he beat, Vasily Lomachenko, if you would go beat somebody that they were afraid to fight. That's taking on the biggest and the best challenges. Instead, you're doing the opposite and going for the weakest simply because of numbers. Well, that doesn't match the picture that you tried to paint in front of the entire world with this whole Spartan warrior bullshit. I'll fight anybody. I'm about the best fights. I'm going to clean up the division. I'm going to set the undisputed shit straight. All that shit is a lie. So the one who's primarily manipulating, even if Devin Haney and Eddie Hearn has a hand in some manipulation, the king top manipulator is actually you, because you got more lies and fakery running off your tongue and actions than you could ever point at Devin Haney and Eddie Hearn. Because if you want money, say that you want money, but don't say you want to fight the best and then turn around making backdoor deals with Ryan Garcia. That shit don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And then to go fight somebody who lost to the person that you beat, what does that bring to you? The only reason why you're trying to shuffle towards Lomachenko is because you're fully aware of how desperate, as we could say, the boxing powers to be, to put those belts right back into Lomachenko's hand. See, they never wanted Teofimo Lopez to win, and they didn't like the Teofimo Lopez won. They never liked that. So you know they desperately want to get those belts back to Lomachenko, and you want to see how much they're willing to pay for it. Just say you bought the fucking money. But don't be calling people manipulators and then saying you want to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? When you ducking out on the best and chasing the softest fish in the sea. That's all I got for now. Bruce Vane, I'm out.